Today we are breaking down the card art on some of our favorite cards in one of the best games in the entirety of human history. And today we're going to be talking about the Ancient Warriors Archetype. Going to be talking about what I like about the artwork. We're not going to be learning about these cards. We're not going to be talking about the effects. We are just going to be appreciating the artwork, like I said, behind these cards. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with too many YouTube channels. Well, let's just get into it. There's nothing I can really say about the Ancient Warriors Archetype besides like, hey, these are just ancient warriors, and it goes to show the first couple cards that I wanted to take a look at here. This one is going to be a little bit more difficult than when we typically talk about cards over here on this channel because there are unfortunately a lot of similarities, and they almost, honestly, they almost look like the exact same person in some instances. But I like the fact that a lot of the artwork kind of brings its effect like to life a little bit. You know, a lot of them are all about assault, attack, those types of things. I like that they're all ancient warriors. I like that they all have the temple behind them. They're all kind of on the same scene, the same battlefield. They're just kind of showing their weapons, and that's what we get with these first two cards over here. Let's continue on over to a couple more ancient warriors, and you can see they're still kind of on the same field. And now that I'm thinking about it, though, here's the thing, okay? This is the first time over here on this, and for those of you new to the channel, I am doing this like off rip. I'm just doing this off the top of my head, taking a look at these cards, okay? I wonder if this is going to be, but that wouldn't make sense because I was thinking like, okay, maybe it's a battle between two different types of monsters, right? Two different ancient warriors kind of going at it together. But then again, there's part of the same archetype and they all kind of work together. That probably wouldn't really fit the bill, would it? But both of them are cool. I like the scroll that the guy has on the left. The armor is a little bit more unique, but of course, with the character on the right, it's a little bit more similar than what we've been talking about. So let's keep going up the archetype over here. There are a lot of cards to take a look at over here, and we still continue on back a little bit more to the mountainy area, and I'm kind of focusing on the background of these things a little bit. I like that over here on the left, the armor is kind of made up of feathers. It almost looks like he kind of just like slayed a feather with just, or slayed a bird or something with the feathers kind of flying around everywhere, but it's probably like just the effect of what they're doing. The other guy, Kong on the right, literally has a weapon that is made of feathers. I don't even know what that's supposed to be. I have no idea what to think about that. But again, I wish that I could break these down a little bit more for you, but it's more of that traditional style armor that we've been taking a look at with some other cards over here. Let's continue on to the next two ancient warriors over here. A little bit more of the same. One has swords. We finally take a look at kind of like a spearish type weapon, which is pretty cool over here on the left. The guy on the left, I like the tiger. It actually has like kind of a whole tiger get up there, eh? I wonder if you could contribute all these ancient warrior monsters and their armor to some sort of animal. Like you can see like the tiger stripes over the shoulder blade. You can see another tiger right below the belt. I think that's a pretty cool card. I like the other one as well. It's more of just like your traditional warrior again. Traditional samurai warrior type monster. Oh boy. This one, there's not too much unique going on with these cards today, eh? But I like this one over here on the left, Rebellious Liu Fang. This is the first one where I'm like, okay, this is actually getting pretty solid. We see a little bit of a difference in the background too, which would make sense. I love the red horse. Looks super cool. I love the gold that's all around, representing the same kind of armor. I don't know what the heck is coming up above his ears, but the armor on both of them are very cool. Has a bigger, grand weapon. Represents a boss monster very well. And over on the right, just by the looks of him, insane warrior. You know what it almost looks like? And I don't know if this is what it's supposed to look like. On the shoulders and on the around where the belt is, it looks like there's eyes within the armor, which is pretty cool. The only thing that's like a little bit strange, but then again, I guess it's getting a little bit popular. I'm thinking like Jujutsu Kaisen type things. The painted nails are a little bit unique for like this big, massive, tough guy, eh? But I guess it's getting a little bit more popular. But let's continue on over to the next cards over here. Back over to the mountainside. I feel like we would take a look at just green and blue armor for these guys. But then again, I don't think that they would be like attacking each other, right? They kind of work together. I'm trying to think of like the lore or the story behind this. And I'm not familiar with any of the anime shows. I only grew up watching Yu-Gi-Oh! And Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, but a little bit more of the same for these monsters over here. Let's continue on over to the first Link monster. We have Ancient Warriors Oath, Double Dragon Lords. This one actually has two monsters, but again, a little bit more of the same. At least you can see a dragon over here. The dragon is, it almost looks like it's not part of the armor. It looks like he's just biting his shoulder, but I can kind of see like it's just really big coming off of him. The crown's pretty cool. I like the pattern on the dress for is that even a female warrior? I don't know, but like if it's not a dress, it's not a dress. You get my point. Just the lower half, you can see a little bit of a pattern on it with the flares. I think that's pretty cool as well. Let's continue on over to some traps. We have the Ancient Warriors Saga, Chivalrous Path, and this is where it gets a little cool, but now I'm thinking again, I can't tell if the monsters at the front are monsters colliding with other members of the Archetype, and I like that we have one of the defending monsters as well that we've already taken a look at. Look at the scene there, man. Ridiculously cool. You can really feel some aura right there. But I like the path, like the way that the ground kind of focuses into it, kind of the light shining in the back, people coming through. We got the path. It's well represented. I like these spells and traps better for this particular archetype in my opinion, and I really, really, really like the borrowing of arrows. I've always thought like stormy Viking-ish type ships have always looked cool. That type of stuff piques my interest. I love that this ship is ready for battle. I love that it's going through a bunch of arrows. I love that there's a storm going around. That is so cool. And then we continue on to Deception and Betrayal, and you can just tell by the looks of their face. These two aren't exactly making up, but there's not really a fight going on there. I still don't know exactly what this whole thing is here, but regardless, looks pretty cool. I like the Ancient Warriors Saga Boring of Arrows. It's probably my favorite card to take a look at throughout the archetype. And we continue on to a little bit of a place which kind of looks like it could be a field spell, but it's just a building. East by South Winds, of course. More so representing the effect, more so representing, depending on how much you want to take a look into it, you can just get the winds, blowing people off, destroying stuff, things like that. And then we have the Sun-Liu Alliance. I don't know exactly what to make of this one. This whole archetype is a little bit confusing to me, and if anybody could expand upon the lore, I would appreciate it. Maybe I should have looked into it before making this video, but I like doing these just off the top of my head. And typically, there's a lot more to talk about when it comes to these things, but you have a guy sitting at the desk, his helmet's off. I guess they're not doing battle, and that would do the continuous spell Injustice, being there's an alliance, and we finally have 3 visits. Would you look at that? We have 3 people visiting. But honestly, like, just the design of the warriors itself is very nice. But if there's a little bit more to talk about with different kind of card arts, why don't you check out one of our other card art commentary videos right here? I would love to have you over there. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Take care, everybody.